CERT instructors teach you how to effectively triage victims and prioritize medical care needed.
Triage involves rapid assessment and rapid treatment. Remember what we emphasized? Usually there's never enough rescuers for the number of victims. And as a result, when you're confronted with more numbers and fewer people to take care of them, you've got to do triage on a very quick process. It's got to be done rapidly, and it's got to be done as thoroughly as you can by being rapid. But you move on to assess those victims as you go quickly through.
During triage, victims are evaluated, sorted by the urgency of the treatment needed, and set up for immediate or delayed treatment.
There are 6 scenarios. We're going to go through all 6. Your goal is to, as a team, evaluate the condition that this particular victim is in and determine looking at the triage card that you have, which category you would place that victim in. And you write this down somewhere as to what scenario, like number 4, what would you call it? Delayed, immediate, dead, whatever.
We have to treat it. So you lay me down, elevate my feet, cover me, check blanch chest, and then tag me.
Thank you.
Effective triage includes conducting head-to-toe assessments of disaster victims, which your CERT instructor will show you how to do.
Like Ron mentioned, the first concern, again, look at what type of injuries we might have in an earthquake. Things falling, people getting bumped on the head or neck injuries. So if I suspect a head or neck injury, when I approach the person, the first place I'm going is right to the head or neck. I'm going to stabilize it. Okay, I'm going to make that contact with that person. As I approach the person, I'm taking a look at the scene. Is there anything that can hurt me? Down lines, anything like that. You want to make sure the scene's safe. So as I approach Bill, Bill's like, he's doing all right, and I ask Bill, hey, what's going on? And he says his ankle hurts. Okay, so again, maybe you got a bump on the head, something like that. So what we're looking at in head to toe real quick is anything that's not life-threatening like right now, but is left unattended, could become life-threatening.
Okay, it's safe.
Yeah, it's safe.
Yes,
We go in,
the gas.
we turn the gas off, and there appears to be electrical wires, so watch for other things.
We did it. We have to tell Win we did a walk around site.
We're not looking at anything until we get on the second floor. That's our
Let's go.
Are there
people dying in there?
Experience from previous disasters has shown that immediately after almost every disaster, the first response to trapped victims is by spontaneous, untrained, and well-intentioned persons who rush to the site of a collapse in an attempt to free the victims. Your CERT instructor will teach you efficient and safe light search and rescue techniques you can use until professional first responders arrive on the scene. Extricating the victims from structures when safe to do so, and identifying the locations of victims that you can't safely extract.
Okay, this is search and rescue operations, and this is the scope, if you will, of what's going to take place in this particular class. We're going to talk about size up, and that's size up of a disaster area. Searching, which is obviously locating victims, and then we have to document the location of those victims and also what we have done at the disaster scene. We'll get into that. Then rescuing. Actually, how do we get people out of that zone of danger? Rescuing involves procedures and methods to extricate victims, and that's what fire people in this city and everywhere else do extrication is a big chunk of what they do when they come on accident scenes, as you might know.
Discover how you can get involved and sign up for the next CERT training by using the contact information shown here on your screen.